Hello ladies, there's been quite a few questions about gel nails and gel applications and butterflies, nail forms, so I thought I would just do a quick little video on it and see if I can help a bit. Okay, these are my forms that I use. I got these from, where did I get them? Beauty Concurrent. I'll see if I can find them. I'm pretty sure that's where I got them. And these are the butterfly type. And I like these ones because when you pull them off, you have that little dealy there. But you just fold it here, and you can actually match the tips together to make sure that your form is actually straight. And then you have that teardrop right there. When you have the teardrop, you know that it's straight. If it looks any other way, then it's not straight. I'm not going to go ahead and do a prep because I'm just going to take this right back off. So just assume that my nail is prepped. You have this little area right here, and you can flare that out and put it on your nail. Now, this one fits my nail pretty good because I have pretty weird nails. So it fits, and you can see that it's really narrow right here. And that's because the thing closed. It's easy enough to fix. Just pop that back in there and then squish, and that will give you your nail bed again. I probably don't have scissors because that would be logical. Yep. Oh, maybe I do. I do. Little tiny scissors, and measure where that film is going to sit right here. When you get it right there, you just trim it a little bit right there, and again on the other side. Except it's sticking my finger. And what that's going to do is it's going to let the nail form actually set under your fingernail better, and you're going to get a better connection because you don't have this trying to flare out now. And if you see, it fits a lot better. This side I cut a little wibbly, but that's because I was looking at you instead of what I was doing. So let me just fix that. And squish it some more. My teardrop's back. And it is now sufficiently under the nail where I want it to be. Now, again, because it's a butterfly, I can take this and pinch it right there. Pinch it shut, and it stays perfectly. This is why I love the butterflies. They're much better than the normal ones. Okay, so now I'm just going to use my gels that I have, and this is a base gel, and I got it from Nate Miss Beauties, and I don't know why they put it in this weird non-named thing that they did, but they did. And this is a phase gel, which is basically like a white builder kind of. This is also from Nate Miss Beauty, the new ones. This is a clear gel, which leaks everywhere. I don't know why, but even when it's flat, it leaks. It drives me crazy. It's the only one that does it, so I won't say bad things about them, because I love their gels, but this is just what they got. This is my pink builder, and this is from Nate Miss Beauty, or no, from Veronica Nails, sorry. And it is a beautiful creamy pink, and the first thing you want to do when you take your gels out is you want to stir them, because it is pigmented and that pigment will sink. So you want to make sure that your gels are nice and loose and that you're not having a problem with them. And this is just a regular old pink gel. I haven't added anything to it. Move it out of the light. You don't want it in the light. This is what you will use for building your extensions. It's the white phase gel. Let me get this pink off of here. And you'll notice that when you're not using it, look how thick that is. It's pretty crazy. So you got to make sure that you stir these up really good. I know with some of the Diva DC ones you don't have to stir because they're a lot thinner. I don't know why they're so thin, but with a lot of the gels you'll need to do this. You'll need to stir them up really good. And then just clean off your stick and boop, there you go. Don't put your gels directly under your lights because they do harden by light, and every light has a sort of UV in it, especially if you're using an LED lamp. That will definitely destroy your pots of gel. Okay, gel application is pretty easy. I have a lamp here, but you can't see it because I keep my lamps far away from my gels because I've had my lamp destroy a gel before. So, this is just the regular base gel that I have, and it's really watery, you can see. And you're just going to put that on your nail. Just pretend that my nail is taken care of there. You're just going to put that on your nail right there and a little ways out to the extension. Doesn't matter if you put it too far because you can always file it down, but you never know how much you're going to need. And then you're going to put that in the lamp for 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to take my clear gel, which I'm almost out of. I don't do gels that often, so. You can do this with any color gel, really. If you wanted to, if you were doing a pink nail, you could do it with pink. If you were doing a clear nail, you would do it with clear. If you were doing it with white, you could do it with white. But we're just going to use this right now just so that, you know, you can see what I'm doing. This is a builder gel. You can see how thick it is. And I'm just going to go ahead and run it out down the tip of how I want it. And I'm over exaggerating this just so that you can see. You're not going to build the nail right now. That's not what we're doing. You are simply creating the tip that you're going to work on, right? Because when we do nails, we always extend, we always have a tip that we use, right? Make sure you check your side walls there and that they're good. Okay, now you're going to put that in the lamp. Okay, I'm probably going to have to cut that. You'll want to check, just poke at it and see if it's good enough. If it is good enough, then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to find your line there. I have my line right here. And you're going to go under it and just push that tip off. Because that's what it is. It's a tip. We made a tip. And you're just going to go underneath it and pull it off. You're going to take your form, see the tip that we made? You're going to grab it like this and pull it down. You don't want to damage the hyponychium that's under the nail. Okay, now we have our tip. Taking the form off when the tip is like this is pretty vital because this gives you an idea of where you're going with your tip, where your extension is, where your lines are, where your sides are. I'm sorry, I'm shaking. So now you have this tip. So, as you know, gel runs, and it does that. And it's not a problem. See, this is a lot sturdier now. So we're just going to take a wipe and some gel stuff, and we're going to wipe that nail. And why are we wiping it? Because it's sticky. Gel is sticky. And we don't want sticky. Okay, now that we have our tip, we can put it how we want it. So you can file it down. Okay, so in the funnels before the closure, exactly what I was warning you about, filing too hard, happened, and it snapped. That happens. Not that hard to put a new one back on. Sometimes mistakes make great things. Sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. Okay, now we're going to decide how we want this nail. I think I'm going to use my pink builder gel. At this point, because I'm actually building it, what I'm going to do is turn my hand upside down. Because this is not self-settling gel, so if you use a self-settling gel, it will automatically go where it needs to go, but this one doesn't. So by changing the forces that are working on your hand, if you can see, it's all going right here to the stress point of the nail. And then you're not going to have to try and work at building it and making it super thick. To grab your tweezers, and I got these from the bazaar. I like them because they're thick based, and you want these to be coated with alcohol, and you're just going to pinch right there. And because this is gel, you don't have to pinch hard. You're just going to pinch. If you pinch too hard, you can see right there. It's moving. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is when you get it in shape, hold it for a few seconds, and then go right back in the knife. Okay, now you can see, it's wonky, but you can see the C curve that's going on right there. And we're going to use the gel cleaner, and we're going to clean it off. And this is where you're going to decide what you want to do with the nail. Do you want to do a French, or do you want to do a design? And just for the sake of anything, I'm just going to do a French on it. And you see how thick that is. It's really thick. Now, a lot of people think you have to build the nail out of this white, but you don't. What you want to do is you want to paint it on. You're just going to paint it on. Okay, the C curve is a mess right now. But the good thing is this is gel. So what you're going to do is you're just going to wipe it off. Oops, don't use a fuzzy thing. And then you're just going to wipe it off. Alright, so we're going to pop that in the lamp, of course. Okay, so after you put that one in the lamp for 3 minutes, this is what it looks like. Still kind of rough around the edges, but that's alright. You can decide here to put a cover top over it. You can try and fill this in if you want, but I'm just going to put a pink one on it. You turn it over, and all that gel is going to settle right there. But we don't want all of it, so we just want some of it. And then we're just going to go ahead and pop that back in the lamp for 3 minutes. Okay, when we take it out, this is what we have. Let me get some, clean my brush here. Turn that over, clean it off. Okay, and see, I'm not great on smile lines, but I did my best there. And this is ready. It doesn't have any huge divots in it, no huge bumps. It's not very thick, you can see right there. And now we're just going to do some filing on it. See, from messing around so much, I actually got it up higher than I wanted. It's not in my cuticles, but it's on it. So that's a little higher than you want. But if you do the application with your finger like this, on a client it's much easier. When you're doing it on yourself, it's more difficult because you're more apt to turn around and look at it like this, which means you're going to get it in your cuticles. You can fix that if you have a little filer, which I have, but I don't feel like breaking out right now. There. All nice and clean. Toothpick trick. I learned that from Simply Nailogical. Works for everything. Here's some really good designs too, by the way, if you're into paint nail art. Simply Nailogical. You have to look her up. She gives good discounts too on nail forms and nail designs, brushes from Twinkle Tea. So you check her out. She's pretty cool. Anyway, here's this now. And my smile line may be crap. It's entirely possible, because I suck at them, but I told you that in the beginning. And top coat. There you have it. The gel application with extension, and a crappy design, but at least you get the idea of the building and everything and how it works, and hopefully this helped some people. Hopefully it helped with the form application, showing people how to cut the forms, and hopefully this gel application helped, because this is the best way that I found to do it. Not the way they taught me in school, but it's the best way that I found to do it, and it works great. And the turning the hand upside down thing I actually got from Nao UK. On one of her videos she recommends holding the hand upside down, so that's where I got that. Credit where credit is due, and I hope this helps at least somebody. Bye!